All right, everyone, we're in week 13. We're almost to the finish line, and we're going to look at how to use the quadratic formula to solve for x. Okay, so the quadratic formula is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2 times a. Now this looks like a crazy hectic formula, but really it's just order of operations where you'll be using please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, PEMDAS. Okay, the question is we need to find our b value, our a value, and our c value. So a quadratic formula or a quadratic equation like this is going to create, if you were to graph it, a parabola that either faces up like that or one that faces down. And what this formula is designed to do is to find those places where it crosses the x-axis. Now you need to make sure that your equation is written in standard form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. This equation is written in that form, so I'll just put that underneath. And then you can kind of see that your a value is 9, your b value is negative 3, and your c value is negative 1. So we're going to pop these into the quadratic formula. Okay, so x-intercepts, which is what we're looking for, is equal to the opposite of whatever b is, and b is negative 3, plus or minus the square root of b squared. So we're going to put negative 3 again in there, minus 4, times our a value, which is 9, times our c value, which should be negative 1, all over 2 times our a value. Okay, so all I did was take these three numbers and put them into the a, the b, and the c values of this quadratic formula up here. All right, so now we're going to try to simplify this. So x is equal to, these two negatives make a positive 3, plus or minus the square root of, negative 3 squared is negative 3 times negative 3, which is 9. Negative 4 times 9 is negative 36. We still have negative 1. And down in the basement, 2 times 9 is 18. Okay, so we're going to keep simplifying this. So x is equal to 3 plus or minus the square root of. Now, negative 36 times negative 1 turns into positive 36 over 18. And then we can keep working underneath the square root. So I'm going to come up here. X equals 3 plus or minus the square root of 45 over 18. Okay, so the ALEKS program will allow this answer. It's not simplified, but it will allow it. So what you're going to do is type into the box x equals. So first you got negative 3, excuse me, not negative 3, positive 3. Let's make that positive. So 3 plus the square root of 45 over 18, comma, x is also equal to 3 minus the square root of 45 over top of 18. So the ALEKS program will accept these two x-intercepts. They're not beautiful x-intercepts, you know, they're kind of ugly, but that's okay. X-intercepts are not, they don't care. Now, if you want to know, let's see here, how to reduce this, right? I could show you that. So 45 underneath the radical is made up of two numbers, 9 times 5. So what I'm doing is rewriting this as 3 plus the square root of 9 times 5 over 18. The square root of 9 is perfect, so that actually can come out. So you'd have 3 plus 3 times the square root of 5 over 18. This 9 just gave out. It gave birth to the square root of 3, which ended up right here. And then, let's see here. I call this the love triangle, like this. It's like a little crazy triangle here. But 3 goes into itself once, 3 goes into itself once, and 3 goes into 18 6 times. So you could write this as 1 plus the square root of 5 over 6, comma 1 minus the square root of 5 over top of 6. All right, I hope this helps. See you in the next video. I guess I could show you down here that this is what we got originally, and you could also simplify it and get this, which is what we did right here. All right, party people, you're almost there. Keep going. You're in week 13.